Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm here with a tutorial on JurassiCraft 2.0. I've gotten a lot of questions over the last couple weeks on how I go about making my dinosaurs, and I wanted to give you guys a pretty easy and coherent guide on how it is done, because you know what? It's really not that hard. There's just a couple more steps than the old version. So let's get right into it. As you guys can see in front of me, I have a bunch of different fossils. These fossils can be found in your mines and just down below in rock. They look like they're encoded in rock, which is the point because they're a fossil, obviously. So when you run across them, you're going to want to get yourself some of these plaster and bandages. To make these, all you need to do is grab some wool and surround it by paper, and you get 9 plaster and bandages. And then go ahead once you find a fossil and right-click the fossils with the plaster and bandage, and you guys will start getting some encased fossils. These encased fossils are what you need to start harvesting. So once we have those, we can grab some of these here. Just take your pickaxe and go ahead and chop them down. Now you also might run into some other things here. You might run into some amber ores. These are very similar to the old amber. It is just more pure version of the DNA. So go ahead and collect some of that up. You might notice that there's 2 different kinds of amber ores. The first one is for plants, and this kind is for dinosaurs. It's important that you guys know the difference. Well, it's not that important, but you guys get it. Anyway, once we have ourselves some encased fossils, we want to head over to our cleaning station right here. To make the cleaning station, all you need to do is grab yourself 3 pieces of iron, 2 redstone, a glass pane, 2 iron blocks, and a bucket. And once you have that, grab yourself a bucket and place it in the cleaning station as well as one of your encased fossils. It'll take the water out, fill it out there. I recommend just filling it back up with water afterwards. You want to hope that you're going to get some stuff out of it right there, like a skull. So we're going to place a few things in there, but once we have a few things here, we can move on to the next one. So you're going to get like skulls, bone, teeth, a bunch of different kind of junk. You guys can see I got a tooth right there from different kinds of dinosaurs. So once we actually have a little bit of this, and I'm going to get just one more for the sake of this. Let's see, one more there. We get another skull. We'll place that in there. We want to head over to the fossil grinder. Take your skulls, take your bones, take your teeth, take whatever you guys get from the cleaning station and place it into this fossil grinder. Fossil grinder is going to grind it up, and you get a chance of either getting bones or other things, but you also get a chance of getting some of the flesh of it. I don't know what it's called. It's just flesh. We're going to need to go ahead and get some more in here. We'll grab that tooth. You don't get a 100% chance of getting it, as you could probably tell. We are getting a lot of bone meal here. All right, we'll throw another in there. It doesn't want to help us out here for the sake of this tutorial. So let's hope that we are going to get some flesh. Come on. There we go. You guys can see some soft tissue. So once we get ourselves some soft tissue, we're going to want to move over to our next machine, the DNA sequencer. And to make this, all you need to do is get yourself a disk drive, 2 redstone, 2 gold ingots, 3 iron ingots, and a needle. The needle's made by taking 4 glass panes and 3 iron. And the disk drive is made by taking 2 redstone torches, a piston, 2 redstone, 2 iron, another needle, once again, 2 glass panes and 3 iron, and then a laser. And to make your laser, you need iron ingots, 4 of them. You need a redstone lamp, 2 redstone repeaters, a redstone, and a piece of glass. Put that all together, and you'll get the DNA sequencer. To use a DNA sequencer, you're going to also need some of these storage disks. The storage disks are crafted by taking 8 pieces of iron and placing a piece of gold in the middle. So once we have that, we can place the storage disks in here. We're going to place the soft tissue into the sequencer and let it do its thing. Let's grab some more of this. I'm just going to keep grinding while we can here. And let's talk about now this amber. Once again, guys, we want to use this amber to get some DNA. So you're going to need storage disks again. Make sure they're empty. And like I showed before, it's 8 iron and 1 piece of gold, and you're going to want a DNA extractor. To make this DNA extractor, we're going to need to take 5 pieces of iron, a needle, 2 redstone, and a DNA sequencer. So the DNA sequencer, we just went over that recipe. That is this guy right here. Once we have this DNA extractor, let's place some amber in there and some blade discs underneath, and it's going to start doing its thing as well. As you guys can see, it's starting to process very slowly. This guy also is working at it too. We got ourselves a tooth. Let's see what we get off of this tooth. So that's almost done. Cool. We just need to wait up for some DNA. Now, the problem with getting started with this is you're going to get very low percentages of DNA out of here. And you'll see in just a second that I'll probably get, I can't tell you the exact range, but I'll probably get something about 5 to 20% DNA. So we need to obviously get more of it. So I recommend that you guys create a chest, place your DNA discs or storage discs with your different dinosaur DNA in them, and wait until you have a bunch to combine together. And we'll get into the Combinator in just a second. But let's see here, this guy should be done. And as you guys can see, we got 10% of this dinosaur. So that means that we don't have much else to do. Let me set the time today real quickly, and let's see what you're at. Hopefully you give me something more. Anyway, once we have this, that's empty, more just bone. Let's grab that, get some more into here. We're going to want to move on to the, well, I put it down here, the DNA Combinator. So once you have 2 DNA storage discs of the same kind, of the same dinosaur, you can place one into here and one into the other, and it's going to start combining it together. Let's go over the recipe real quickly. To make it, you're going to need another disk drive. You're going to need 5 pieces of iron, 2 glass, and 1 redstone. And let's see, did we get something? We got a Herrerasaurus in here. And once again, that's only 12% DNA. So I got myself a bunch of Brachiosaurus soft tissue, and as you guys can see, I now have DNA of different values. I've got 44%, 7%, 24, 10%, 22, and 25%. And once again, once we have a bunch of different percentages, we can head over to this guy, the DNA Combinator, and we can start placing them in together. They have to be the same kind of DNA, though, so that they will give us out. So if we have a 22 or 25 and a 44%, we're going to come out with a 69%. And then we can combine that up with another one up until we have 100% DNA. The problem is that you need to have 100% DNA for this to work. Otherwise, you guys aren't going to be able to create your dinosaurs. So once again, I'm going to combine the 69% with the 24%, and we will get out a 84%. 83%. What? My math is off. Or 93%. Gosh, my math is off. There we go. And then we can combine that up with the 7%. And actually, just for the sake of this, I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter what percentage you put in together. Once it has enough to make 100% DNA, it will give us 100% DNA. It doesn't have to be exact. It just needs to get to 100%. So, here we go. Down, 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 down. We now have ourselves 100% DNA of the Brachiosaurus. I'm just going to place this in here for now, and let's move on. So once you have a storage disk with 100% DNA, you're going to want to head over to the DNA synthesizer. The DNA synthesizer is crafted by taking 2 gold ingots, 2 redstone, a bucket, 2 iron ingots, and a disk drive. Once you have that, you're also going to need an empty test tube and some DNA nucleotides. To get your DNA nucleotides, just place a bucket or a water bottle in a smeltery, or why am I saying smeltery, in a furnace, and you'll get DNA nucleotide. To make your empty test tube, take a piece of iron and put it on top of 2 glass panes. You're going to want to place the DNA nucleotide there and the test tube there, as well as the storage disk on top. What's really cool about this is once you guys do have a storage disk of 100% DNA, you still get to keep that drive, that disk. It won't go away, it's just going to use the DNA and put it into the test tube. So once you have 100%, you can make an indefinite amount of dinosaurs, or for this fact, some Brachiosauruses. So let this go ahead and finish itself up. We are probably 3/4 of the way there at this point. Here we go. Almost done. Tick, tick, tick. Come on. And one more. Awesome. So we're now going to get ourselves some Brachiosaurus DNA. From here, it looks like it's in a test tube and has a little Brachiosaurus head next to it. We're going to want to go to the Embryotic Machine. To make this Embryotic Machine, we need to combine 4 glass panes and 5 iron ingots in such order. And you're also going to need an empty syringe and a petri dish. The empty syringe is crafted by taking a needle, a glass pane, and 3 iron ingots. And the petri dish is crafted by taking 5 glass panes. We're going to grab these together. We're going to place the petri dish on the bottom and the syringe on the top. And then this Brachiosaurus, or whatever DNA you have, in the left corner right there. From here, it's going to now suck, I'm assuming suck it into this syringe, and we're going to get a Brachiosaurus syringe out of it. Next, we're going to come over to the embryo calcification machine, and the way to craft that would be 4 glass panes, a needle, and 4 iron ingots. You're also going to need an egg for this step. To take your Brachiosaurus syringe, or any dinosaur syringe, place it right here, and you are about to get an egg. I like the little animation that it has there. An egg with our DNA in it. So we have a Brachiosaurus egg. From here, we're going to move on to the incubator. And the incubator is made by taking 3 glass, 3 redstone, and 3 iron ingots. You're also going to need 8 small cages. Make the small cages by taking 6 iron ingots and 3 iron bars. And finally, you're going to need some sand. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to find a nice space to go. We're going to place the incubator down, and we're going to surround it here with some of the cages. From here, we're going to then go ahead and place in the middle here, open up the incubator, and place our Brachiosaurus egg. Then take your sand here and place it down. Right here, the lower temperatures, or the little colors, indicate different temperatures. Lower means it's going to come out as a female. Higher means it'll come out as a male. So we now have to wait for that to incubate up. So once your dinosaur is done here, you guys can left click it to uncage it right here. And now it says we have a Brachiosaurus male. So we can now bring it to wherever location we want and place it down and right click it to get rid of the cage. Now the Brachiosaurus is free to roam. Look at that. It is a nice little Brachiosaurus right here. So that is pretty much all that is within the basic parts of creating dinosaurs within JurassiCraft. You guys can see there's like a paleo pad, which will give us information of it. There's a bunch of other things as well, but I would say for now, that's a pretty extensive review of how to create our dinosaurs. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you guys come back around, because I will give you guys more tutorials, and if anybody has more questions, I will feel free. Wow. If anyone has any more questions, make sure you guys comment them below. I will answer as many as possible to the best of my knowledge. But other than that, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.